Hello, my friends. I have another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about HOMEWORX Banana Maple Pancakes. Now, this candle is not currently available on the Slatkin & Co. website. However, I am a brand ambassador for HOMEWORX. This candle was not sent to me in PR. This is one that I purchased last year and I've had sitting in my collection. But as a brand ambassador, sometimes we are notified when candles are going to be returning to the website, or also we know about new releases. And this is a candle that is slated to make a return this fall to the website. There have been some, I would say like some delivery and shipping delays for their warehouse. So this candle is supposed to make a return by early September to the website. So I figured, you know what, I should probably get a review out for all of you just in case this is a candle that you have heard about. Maybe you are intrigued by it, and I should just share my thoughts with you. So this is their standard 4-wick 18-ounce vessel. We've got that beautiful photographic wraparound label that HOMEWORX is known for. I've gone on and on in several reviews about how much I really like the packaging on a lot of these HOMEWORX candles. I think that this aesthetic is just really beautiful, and it is something that is kind of unique to their brand, and so I definitely appreciate it. The fragrance notes on this candle are mashed bananas, whipped milk, melted butter, vanilla extract, fluffy pancakes. The pour date of this specific candle that I am reviewing is May 8th, 2023. So this candle is a little, I would say it's close to, not quite a year and a half old, but it's a little over a year old. HOMEWORX candles, I do know that there is some debate about whether or not they increase in their strength as they cure. I am in the camp that usually I do find that to be the case, but there have been a couple of HOMEWORX candles that have not. I haven't really noticed a difference about, so I guess there's really no like scientific evidence to really give a definitive answer to that theory. But we'll talk about strength and throw here in a little bit on this candle. So this fragrance has been around. I want to say the first time I got my hands on this fragrance was maybe around 2020. I want to say 2019, 2020. And then I felt like there was a year or two where they didn't bring it back, and then it made a return, I want to say in the fall of 2022. And it seems like it has become a fall staple in the Slatkin & Co. lineup since then. My nose really likes this fragrance. I have repurchased it every year that it has become available. My nose definitely detects the banana note in here. The banana note in here is kind of in the middle of being like, it's not artificial, summery, Laffy Taffy banana, but it is definitely a very sweet banana fragrance. It's not overly ripe like you would get in a banana bread type of fragrance. It's almost like the perfectly ripe banana, like a banana that you're ready to eat, but it doesn't come across, I mean, it's slightly candied, but again, I want to make it clear that this does not really smell like artificial banana to me. I have said it many times, Harry Slatkin has an affinity for gourmand fragrances in particular and making them very authentic. And I think that this candle is no exception to that. It is definitely a banana fragrance, but you do get the kind of like the fluffy pancake accord in here. Now it's interesting that maple is not listed as a fragrance note in the, on the bottom of this candle. However, I do detect some maple in here. There is sweetness from the maple, but it's again not overly cloying or artificial. So therefore it lends a pleasant accord to this fragrance profile. Overall, like I said, I really enjoy this fragrance. It is one that I have said that I repeatedly purchase. I actually have 2 of these in my collection right now, and I'm very happy to have it. And do I see myself repurchasing the fragrance? Absolutely, because it is just like a perfect gourmand fragrance, particularly for this time of year when a lot of us are wanting to transition from summer to fall fragrances, but if you're not quite ready for all of the stereotypical apple and pumpkin, this presents a nice option because you get a little bit of that fall element with the maple note in here, but you're still holding on to summer with some of the banana. And I will say that if you're not a seasonal burner, this is a really good year-round fragrance. I particularly like burning it in the mornings because it does make me think of pancakes. They have listed in here a melted butter accord, and there is a little bit of savoriness in here that balances out the sweetness. And while my nose wouldn't be like, oh, I smell butter, I do think that because it's a more savory note, it keeps the fragrance from becoming too sweet and too cloying. So the fragrance itself, amazing. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So I'm actually getting really good performance from this one. You can see like the wicks, they are, they're not floating, they're not falling over, they're not leaning, they're pretty solid. Even wax pool, this candle pulls out pretty quickly for me. It does start to throw within, I would say within like the first 15 minutes of this candle being lit. We know sometimes HOMEWORX candles, sometimes they take a little bit longer to pull out and other times they don't. So, but this one I'm not having that issue with. Strength and throw on this candle, I'm going to settle around this being a high medium. Somewhere, if you were to ask me like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like knock your socks off, borderline headache inducing, this is around a 7 for me. Now, if you are new to my channel, I do always list in the description box down below the layout of my home, square footage, environmental factors, all of those things. So if you are not familiar with that already, I encourage you to check that out because I think that that's really important to pay attention to anytime somebody is giving their opinion about how strong a candle is, because their home may be very different from yours. But for my home, I'm going to give this a high medium. When I burn this candle in my bedroom, which is more, you know, it's got lower ceilings in there and obviously a smaller room than say my open concept living room, which has high ceilings. I smell this very, very well in my bedroom. So if you have an apartment or if you have a more traditional older style of home that has lower ceilings and more closed concept, this candle is going to perform very, very well for you. You are going to smell it throughout the room. It's going to be a room filler. In terms of the throw, it doesn't really project outside of the room, but the space that it is in, it does fill up nicely. Now, when I move it out here into the more open concept, again, it fills up my living room quite nicely. I would say it's not as strong in the living room. I do still smell it, but again, it's not as strong as it would be in a smaller room. However, it doesn't really throw all the way into my kitchen as well. So that's where I'm going to settle around a 7, I would say, which if you've been with my channel for any length of time, that's not a failure to me. It's not the equivalent of like a C, like a C grade candle. When I say that a candle is around a 7, it just means that the strength and throw on it is medium high. And personally for me, that's usually my sweet spot. Actually, to be honest with you guys, my quote unquote perfect candles are somewhere in that 8 to 9 range. I would say an 8 would probably be my perfect, what I would describe as being a perfect candle, because then to me it means that I can smell it well, but also it's probably not going to bother my friends and family who have a lot of fragrance sensitivities when they come into my home. So just always want to give that out there every once in a while as kind of somewhere for you to gauge on that. So overall, you guys, this candle gets 2 thumbs up from me. Again, this is a 2023 pour, a May 2023 pour. So I don't know if the candles that are going to be offered on the website this year are going to be from like a newer pour, or if they are going to be some quote unquote older stock, because that is one of the things that I have run into with HOMEWORX. You will find that there's another HOMEWORX candle that I'm going to be reviewing this week that I actually just purchased in early July, but it has a May pour date as well. So that's something, or not May, it's actually a July 2023 pour date. What I'm getting at is that it is still a 2023 pour date, and I did just purchase that candle in July of this year. So I don't know, I don't have any guarantees or any word on whether or not these are newer pours that are going to be coming to the website. But yeah, regardless, if it's one of these older pours, you can rest assured that mine is performing quite well for me. So I do have a discount code with the Slatkin & Co. website. It is Katie's Joyful Life. It should save you 15% on orders over $40. That is an affiliate code that is eligible for a commission. So please only use that if you are comfortable. Excuse me. And I also say that there is some fluctuation right now in terms of whether or not these codes can be combined with a lot of the sales. We have been speaking behind the scenes to the brand to try to get that ironed out. But I will always tell you guys, if there's a good sale going on that saves you more than my discount code, then always use that. We always want to save the most amount of money on this candle. So please let me know in the comment box down below if you have purchased this candle in the past, what your experience has been with it. Is this a returning favorite for you year in and year out? I feel like this is a pretty popular candle because it is such a good gourmand fragrance, and I think it's done very, very well, as Harry does with a lot of gourmand scents. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. It helps me out with the old YouTube algorithm. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, hi, I'm Katie. I love to talk all things candles here on my channel. So if you like candle content, if you like reviews and hauls and empties and all kinds of fun stuff in between, I think that you'd like sticking around here. So consider hitting that subscribe button. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.